Hey guys, in my September favorites video, I talked about this new thing I've been eating. It's called amaranth, and like I said in that video, which I will link for you here, if you haven't seen it, you can go check it out. It is kind of a cross between a breakfast cereal, like a hot breakfast cereal, and quinoa. But the reason that I love it so much is because you can cook up a big batch of it in the beginning of the week and portion it out, and it heats up really, really well in the fridge. It's like super simple meal prep. So a couple of you asked for me to show you how I make it, how I batch cook it, but still am able to track it in my macros, and then how I store it and reheat it. So this video is kind of all about how to meal prep amaranth, or really like any grain. So you could totally do this with rice, quinoa, pasta, I mean whatever grain that you're cooking. You can also do this with vegetables, things like cauliflower rice. So even if you're not interested in trying amaranth, this is a really good way to batch cook things and weigh them out and have them in the fridge for you to grab and eat. Alright you guys, this is a crazy simple recipe, but in order to be able to track it, I do a few key things. So what I'm doing here is I'm taking all of the amaranth I'm using and weighing it in grams. And this is about 1 cup, it's 225 grams. A serving of amaranth is 52 grams, so this gives us just about 4 servings. So for each half cup of amaranth, you need 1.5 cups of water. So for a full cup, I have 3 cups of water here. I like to cook this in my Le Creuset brazier just because it has a nice domed lid and it's pretty wide, so it cooks everything really quickly. I put in my water and my amaranth. It's really simple. Give it a really good whisk. And I have my heat on high, and I'm going to bring this to a boil. So I pop the lid on it and let it come up to a boil, and it just takes a minute or two, and once it's boiling, you knock your heat down to about medium, which for me is 5 out of 10, and let it simmer. And then to add flavor, I stick a whole cinnamon stick in there and let that boil with the amaranth as it cooks. So you let it simmer for 20 minutes on medium with the lid off so that the water can evaporate. And then after 20 minutes, it's nice and thick and your amaranth is done. And that's all there is to it, guys. It's so, so simple. And that's what it looks like when it's finished. And then to portion it out, I weigh out all of it cooked as well. So I know that it's about 4 servings, but I don't know what that's going to come out to gram-wise. So I take the entire batch and I weigh it out in grams. And I'm using a rubber spatula to do this just so I don't scratch up my enameled Le Creuset. And this came out to almost 500 grams, which is going to be 125 into each container. A serving of amaranth is 3.5 fat, 34 carb, 7 fiber, and 8 protein. So it makes the perfect pre or post-workout meal with maybe a side of egg whites or a little bit of protein powder. And then to store it in the fridge, I just weigh out in each container 125 grams in this case, pop a lid on it. This lid was giving me some trouble, as you can see, because it was actually the wrong lid for that container. But I do that for the other 2, and then I just stick them in the fridge as is. So it's already flavored with cinnamon, so in the morning when I want to reheat it, I pull it out, pop a little bit of stevia in there, throw it in the microwave for 30 seconds, and put a little bit of my almond milk on top. And that's all there is to it, and it's reheated and ready to eat. And this stuff really reheats super, super well. It doesn't get gummy like oatmeal, which is why I love to batch cook it. But when I'm ready to eat it, I put a little bit of liquid stevia. I think there's about 4 or 5 drops on here, and I mix it up with a spoon. And then I like it really cinnamony. So it already tastes like cinnamon because it was cooked with that cinnamon stick, but I put a little bit of extra ground cinnamon on there. You could also use some pumpkin pie spice on top of it, and that's delicious also. And last but not least, I used some cashew milk here, but you can use almond milk or coconut milk or whatever you like. Or if you want to add a little bit more protein, you can mix your protein powder in with your milk and then pour that on top. That's delicious also. And just for kicks, I stick an extra cinnamon stick in there because it's pretty and it's fun. And that's it! Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see some more meal prep videos like this, leave suggestions in the comments below of what type of foods you'd like to see cooked, weighed out, and stored, and I will do those videos for you in the future. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do that by clicking this link right here if you're on a computer. If you're on a cell phone, there's a little button down there that says subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!